Why would the United States even consider launching a second strike against Iran at a moment when the Iranian regime is already under extreme internal pressure? On the surface, it seems unnecessary, even dangerous. Iran is facing widespread protests, economic collapse, and growing instability from within. Traditionally, this would be the moment for restraint. But in modern warfare, timing is everything, and what appears to be weakness on the surface can sometimes mask urgent threats underneath. While the world's attention is focused on demonstrations in Iranian cities, something far more consequential is happening out of sight. Beneath mountains, behind reinforced concrete, and deep inside hardened nuclear facilities, Iran is quietly rebuilding. Following the first round of U.S. bunker buster strikes, satellite imagery revealed unusual activity around key nuclear sites. Trucks appeared where there had been none before. Tunnel entrances showed signs of repair. Construction equipment moved in under the cover of unrest. For U.S. planners, this raised an alarming possibility. The first strike may have damaged Iran's nuclear infrastructure, but it did not end it. And if Iran could rebuild, relocate, and conceal its nuclear assets while the world was distracted, the window to stop it permanently was closing fast. That is the moment when the idea of a second strike moved from theory to planning. In the months following the initial attacks, U.S. intelligence agencies conducted a full battle damage assessment. The results were sobering. While entrances were collapsed and surface infrastructure destroyed, much of Iran's core nuclear capability remained intact. Centrifuges could be replaced. Uranium could be moved. Knowledge could not be bombed away. By late 2025, intelligence confirmed that Iran had begun repairing the Fordo and Natanz facilities. More importantly, analysts observed deliberate efforts to deepen and reinforce underground tunnels, suggesting Iran was preparing for future attacks, not abandoning its program. This indicated intent, not desperation. At the same time, the political situation inside Iran deteriorated rapidly. Nationwide protests erupted across hundreds of locations. Instead of reform, the regime responded with force. The IRGC was deployed aggressively, cracking down on dissent. This created a dangerous overlap. A regime under internal threat, still armed with nuclear ambition. For Washington, this changed the mission entirely. The objective was no longer just to delay Iran's nuclear timeline. The objective became to permanently remove the regime's ability to rebuild, command, and retaliate. This was no longer a surgical strike. It was the planning of a decisive operation. Before any missile launches, before any aircraft crosses into hostile airspace, the second strike begins in total silence. This is phase 1, the blackout. Modern warfare no longer starts with explosions. It starts with invisibility. From U.S. Space Force and Cyber Command Operations Centers, classified systems activate simultaneously. Communication satellites serving Iran begin experiencing interference. Encrypted command links between Tehran and regional IRGC commanders suddenly go offline. Orders cannot be transmitted. Situational awareness collapses. At the same time, cyber weapons that may have been implanted months or even years earlier are triggered inside Iran's power grid. Substations fail. Backup systems malfunction. Entire regions plunge into darkness. Air defense radars struggle to stay online, flickering unpredictably. For Iranian leadership, the effect is immediate and terrifying. They are isolated, blind to the sky, deaf to their own forces. This phase is not designed to destroy hardware. It is designed to break coordination. And without coordination, even the most advanced defenses become useless. Iran knows this moment well. When communication fails and radar coverage becomes unreliable, doctrine demands activation of mobile air defenses. Systems like the Bavar 373 and Russian-made S-400 components, hidden since the first strike, are powered up. This is exactly what U.S. planners are waiting for. From beyond Iranian airspace, the U.S. launches hundreds of ADM-160 and LV decoys. These are not weapons. They are illusions. To Iranian radar operators, the screen fills with what appears to be a massive inbound attack. Dozens of fighter aircraft racing toward the heart of the country. Under pressure, Iranian operators lock onto the targets. Radars begin emitting strong signals. That is the moment they are detected. Flying silently above and beyond detection, F-35s and F-22 Raptors identify those emissions with precision. Advanced anti-radiation missiles are launched. One by one, radar sites are destroyed. Mobile launchers are neutralized. The air defense network collapses piece by piece. The sky over Iran is no longer contested. It is controlled. With defenses dismantled, the operation enters its most destructive phase. B-2 Spirit bombers, launched from distant bases, approach Iranian airspace undetected. Their destination is Fordo, buried deep within a mountain. Since the first strike, Iran has reinforced the site with additional concrete and structural hardening. A single weapon is no longer sufficient. This is why the U.S. employs a tactic known as double tapping. The first GBU, 57 massive ordnance penetrator strikes the mountain, boring deep into the reinforced layers and blowing open newly rebuilt blast doors. Seconds later, a second B-2 follows the same path, releasing another penetrator directly into the crater created by the first. This second weapon travels far deeper before detonating. The resulting shockwave collapses tunnels, shatters internal chambers, and crushes centrifuge hulls under thousands of tons of rock. This is not surface damage. It is structural annihilation. Fordo is not just disabled. It is buried. The final phase represents the most significant escalation from earlier operations. The targets expand beyond nuclear infrastructure. This phase is about preventing retaliation and breaking regime control. From naval platforms in the Persian Gulf, Tomahawk cruise missiles launch toward IRGC command centers, intelligence headquarters, and key military bases responsible for internal repression. These are the nodes that sustain authority and enforce crackdowns. Simultaneously, U.S. forces strike Iran's underground missile depots in the Zagros Mountains. These so-called missile cities house ballistic weapons capable of reaching Israel and the Gulf. The objective is not to destroy every missile, but to trap them underground, sealing entrances and collapsing launch tunnels. Without missiles, without coordination, and without power, the regime's ability to respond collapses. So why was a second strike necessary at all? Because intelligence revealed the truth after the first one. Iran moved critical nuclear material before and after the initial attacks. Satellite imagery showed convoys of trucks, tunnel sealing operations, and deliberate concealment efforts. Much of the enriched uranium survived. Many centrifuges remained intact. The first strike delayed Iran's program. The second is designed to end it. By combining cyber warfare, space dominance, air superiority, and the heaviest conventional weapons on Earth, the United States creates a scenario of total overmatch. Not chaos, not occupation, control. The question now is no longer about capability. It is about consequences. And what happens next may redefine the balance of power in the Middle East.